This used to be an old powder coating factory. Decommissioned it. The new owners, well, their business is Radiation Services Australia, so they need to get rid of all this, get some more room.
No, well, we bought the site, and as a freebie that came with it was this powder coating line. It's a very difficult piece of equipment to offload. So the only alternative we have is to have the powder coating line removed and scrapped.
This factory makeover is happening in Somersby, New South Wales, about an hour-and-a-half drive north of Sydney. Warren and his team from Watson Demolition are tearing out the powder coating line and stripping the factory interior, ready for the radiation shielding manufacturing plant to move in.
We've got to unbolt a lot of the stuff from the walls and the floors so we don't mark the concrete or don't affect the concrete too much, because they want to maintain this floor surface for the new business.
Located within an industrial estate, the factory has a floor space of 1,500 square metres and stands 11 metres tall in the centre. The L-shaped powder coating line sits along the western side of the building, its components made of various grades of steel. Starting along the western wall, a 26-tonne excavator will use shears to cut through the metal bays, while a 5-tonne digger holds and supports pieces. The bay along the northern wall is the first to be torn down. Then the machines will travel to the other end of the factory and methodically tear down the remaining sections. The plan is to clear out the factory in 3 days. But first, the crew need to squeeze their machinery inside. There's just a few centimetres clearance. To protect the slab from the big digger's metal tracks, the guys need to roll out matting.
There's a couple of vents that go outside, cut them off. See this over here? We might have to cut these off so they don't damage the concrete too much.
But the factory floor isn't their only concern.
Yeah, this job's a bit different, as we've got to be very careful of the services in the building itself, the roof height. There is like overhead cranes and stuff that are still situated inside the building.
With all the prep work done, Warren attaches the shears, and he and his 26-tonners ready to cut up its first bay.
We're going to start shearing up a lot of the stuff that's actually in long sections so it fits into the truck a bit easier.
In addition to shears, powerful grabbers will also be used to pull sections apart.
It's all coming apart now.
We're going to do probably 90–95% of the work here with the actual machines themselves. So the labourers are just there mainly for spotters. They'll keep an eye on stuff, so if we're pulling one section, it's not pulling on another section on the building or causing another issue down the track.
Just as the diggers are gaining momentum, there's a potentially toxic problem brewing with one of the troughs.
What the is that?
A mystery liquid left behind in the powder coating factory has just spilled all over the floor. It could potentially contain chemicals from the coating process.
Mate, all these tanks were meant to be empty by the time we got here, but obviously they missed one.
It was a rinsing trough, so luckily it's just water.
Just try and keep it just there, Webb, guys, if you can. We'll just keep all that water and stuff up that end.
Time is tight for Watson Demolition, and the shears have got tons of steel to slice through to meet their 3-day deadline.
If we didn't have the attachment, we would have to hire scissor lifts and boom lifts and go through and cut everything off with oxys.
Just when they're making progress, one of the spotters has seen some potentially dangerous chemicals.
I don't know what they are. There's a couple of drums of something corrosive up there. I'm not sure what it is. Before we go pulling all this down, we probably should get them off and just see what they are.
Hydrochloric. Yeah, hydrochloric acid and accelerant.
The factory's gantry crane may provide the solution for this toxic problem.
Well, why don't we, if we get some straps or some chains, we can go around the whole pallet with the overhead crane.
Yep.
all the good stuff you shouldn't be playing with.
With the corrosive chemicals safely down, Warren needs to play catch-up.
While we've got the shears on so we're not swapping and changing attachments all the time, wasting time, I'll go over and chop all this railway line with the chain on it.
But the digger can't budge until the protective mats are moved. Time is money, but if the floor's damaged, it could cost thousands. And should the 3-ton scissors scrape the ceiling, there'll be a roofing bill as well.
Hopefully we don't pull half his shit out when we pull these ducts out. I'm stuck on something.
Twisting the jaws free risks damaging the wall.
I'm stuck on something. That's why I can't get it out.
Open up, all the way. Nah, open.
Oh, it's open. It's right open.
Untangling this 3-ton shear could cause major damage to the sheet metal wall.
That's it.
The shears are free, but the Watson demolition team have plenty of obstacles to avoid while tearing out a powder coating line inside this factory in Somersby, New South Wales.
Just watch the underside of your hitch on that crane up there.
Oh, yep.
You're pretty close to there, so you go.
With tons of stainless steel coming down, Warren doesn't want to end their first day on site in disaster.
That's it, happy as Larry. Happy as you can be.
What we're going to do is just concentrate on getting rid of the steel today.
Get the trucks all full tonight and get rid of them so they're nice and empty, ready for the next morning.
It takes skill and experience to have diggers working in tandem.
Barry has been driving an excavator since he was about 7 in his father's quarry, and Warren was driving the loader at about 10.
The pair's next target, an 8-metre long bay. With the mutilated bay gone, the crew sweep up. The client has requested that the floor remain undamaged, making a soft mattress the ideal broom.